1, 2, 3,
4,
5.
Here are my note cards. And then there's nothing on that side. Hi, my name is Elise Johnson, and by the time I finish this sentence, tens of thousands of plastic bottles will be used, thrown away, and tossed into an endless landfill. These bottles find their way into the ocean, slaughtering millions of marine animals and polluting the water that we drink. Plastic bottles release greenhouse gases, which causes global warming, degrade into microplastics, which are ultimately consumed by all lives, and release toxic chemicals into the soil that grows our food. Our need for convenience is killing us all. It is time to make a change. Not tomorrow, not next year, but today. When deciding to use reusable plastic bottles, you decide to protect our oceans, wildlife, and future. Okay, here is a video of a billion plastic bottles filling up Eden Park. This is just from one company.
Eden Park. It's a national icon and it's massive. Microplastics are in the water we drink, in the air we breathe, and even in our blood. Companies like Coca-Cola sell 1 billion plastic bottles every year here in Aotearoa. That's enough to fill Eden Park Stadium to the top and then some. Greenpeace is calling for a ban on single-use plastic bottles. Share this video and sign the petition to ban the bottle.
Okay, like I said, that video just showed you one company's amount of bottles per year. For example, if Coke sells an amount of bottles per year, that's how much that they are selling to fill an entire Eden Park. Now, firstly, plastic bottles cause global warming by releasing greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. According to a 2023 article by Kayla Vassar-Healy, landfills where single-use plastics are sent account for more than 15% of methane emissions. The disposal of more plastics in landfills leads to increases in landfill size and these emissions. Plastic is the main source of climate change and is killing our Earth. Our Earth has warmed about 2.6 degrees Fahrenheit since the late 1800s. Now, this may not seem like much, but our Earth is said to warm another 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit in just the next 5 years. That shows how the mass amounts of plastic that are lying around is killing our Earth. According to a 2024 article by Renee Sharp, the plastic industry is responsible for 4 times more greenhouse gas emissions than the airline industry, or about 600 coal-fired plants. This statistic is shocking and should enlighten you all on the amounts of pollution that plastic is causing. Bottles also take about 1,000 years to break down, so every bottle ever used is lying somewhere on Earth still. The Earth is heating up rapidly and we must do something about it. What plastic bottles do break down into are called microplastics. According to a 2021 article by Oliver Batched, microplastics are quite easily ingested. Microplastics can cause different adverse effects on feeding behavior, reduction of predatory performance, reproduction, and energy budget, as well as inducing inflammatory response, histological changes, DNA damage, cytotoxicity, physical damage, and mortality. He also says that it is so easy to ingest this because of how small the marine animals are. According to the same article, a study in China showed that approximately 85.4% of all fish were found to have ingested microplastics. This shows how likely it is for humans to ingest the same plastics. Humans have also been shown to show similar side effects to fish when these plastics have been ingested. Plastics absorb into our soil, which inhibits nutrient availability and water flow. According to a 2018 article by the UN Environment Program, researchers in Germany are warning that the impact of microplastics in soils, sediments, and freshwater could have long-term negative effects on such ecosystems. They say terrestrial microplastic pollution is much higher than marine microplastic pollution, estimated at 4 to 23 times higher than marine microplastic pollution, depending on the environment. Microplastics alter soil structure and absorb other pollutants, such as plastics and other organic contaminants, which absorbs into the soils and eventually the food we eat. Terrifying, right? Although plastic bottles are much cheaper to produce and transport, the effects they have on our earth is not worth it. It's not worth killing our planet. Choose to support organizations like Greenpeace, Ocean Conservancy, and the World Wildlife Fund. Of course, also choose to start recycling daily and reuse reusable bottles as much as you possibly can. Are there any questions?
How do you try to stay eco-friendly in your home?
Yeah, I try to stay eco-friendly in my home, which this may come as a shock to a lot of people, but we have a separate recycling bin from our trash can. In every plastic bottle we use, which we try to keep at a minimum in my family, we put in the recycling bin. We also try to unplug things, which of course is also a fire hazard. We try to unplug things as much as possible, which saves energy. We all own eco-friendly bottles, and we try our best to not buy plastic bottles whatsoever when we go to the store. Anything else?
How often do you use plastic bottles?
Well, when we do use plastic bottles, it would be when we go on vacation, like when we go to the beach or something like that, where it would be hard to access fresh water. So we usually just buy a pack we try our best for it to be at least a recyclable thing as well whenever we go on vacation. Anything else?
Do you have any recommendations on how to start becoming eco-friendly for the first time?
Yeah, I think some of the easiest things is like how I was telling Daphne, is there's people that are way more wildlife friendly than me, eco-friendly. So the easiest thing to do is what I do, is to recycle in your home, try to get a separate bin, start trying your best to maybe get a Brita, which you can use sink water and then it'll be purified if you want purified drinking water. Start unplugging your things. And yeah, I mean, some people go out and plant trees and do things like that, which is great, and I need to start doing more as well. Are there any other questions? Great. Well, in summary, plastic bottles may seem small and harmless, but their impact is anything but. We are poisoning our marine life, one bottle at a time. We are also poisoning our drinking water. And by choosing reusable bottles and supporting eco-friendly brands, you can save the world. All 8 billion of us share one planet. So let's stop letting plastic bottles define our future and start protecting the world that we call home. Thank you. Okay, again, here's my plastic cards. And here is my audience.